Hello and welcome back to our series on how to make the most of Microsoft Word while creating your resume. I'm Michelle Dumas, an award-winning professional resume writer with more than a quarter century of experience. I am also the creator of all the premium Microsoft Word resume templates on the distinctive Resume Templates site. While text is vital for content, incorporating images and shapes can make your resume pop. And in today's tutorial, we're going to explore how to add these visual elements while maintaining a professional look. So let's jump right in. So first, I want to talk about adding images. Now, whether showcasing work or highlighting logos of places you've worked at, images can really elevate your resume. So here is how you add an image. Now, this is our Nursing Edge template, and as you can see, there is an image right up here in the right top corner on the first page. Now to insert an image, what you do is you go to the Insert tab and come down here and go to Insert Pictures. And then you choose whether you're inserting a picture from your device, from your hard drive, a stock image, or an online picture. In this case, this is an image from my hard drive. So let's say you wanted to change this image. It's really easy. Just right-click on it and then select Change Picture, which is right here. And then you have the same options. You can choose from this device, from stock images, from online sources, or you could also choose some icons, which I'll show you in just a little bit. Now, once inserted, your document's format might get a little bit disrupted, but you don't have to worry. Text wrapping is right here to help you. So again, you would right-click on the image and select Wrapped Text, and select from the various options. Or you can come up here, and this is the way I typically do it, come up here to the Picture Format ribbon and select Wrap Text. Now in this case you can see that I have square selected. You could also choose tight, and if you look carefully you can see how things change as I scroll through the options. Through, top and bottom, you could put it behind the text, in front of the text. We'll go back to the square option here. Now you can see a similar use of images in this resume template from our GearWorks collection. And it's down here on the bottom. We have some gear images down here on the bottom. And if you come up here to Picture Format, you can scroll through, you can look at the wrap text, the square, tight, which is what we had it at, through, top and bottom, and so forth. So just scroll through and choose the one that is best for you as you're inserting your picture and positioning your picture where you want it on the resume. Now this resume template from our Bold Vibe collection shows you how you can use stock images provided for free in Microsoft Word to enhance your resume. Now this image up here in the right hand corner of the first page again is what's called an illustration. And Word includes a number of illustrations that you can use. Now many of them are going to seem a little bit random and the selection isn't all that wonderful, but there are some that are suitable for a resume. And you can click on it, and to see what's available, go to Change Graphics, and down here from Stock Images, it will load, and then go to Illustrations. And you can see the various options. And as I said, not a lot of them are suitable for a resume, but let's say I wanted to put this one in. Maybe I'm working on a scientific resume and I wanted that image. Just select it and it's automatically changed. Now this quote graphic that you see down here, this is an image as well. This is what's called an icon. And there's a fairly large collection of icons for you to choose from as well. So of course to insert one, you would come up here again to Insert and then Pictures, and you can choose icons right here, or you could choose stock images and icons. But if there's an icon already in the template that you're using and you want to change it for some reason, so for example, we've used this quote icon, right click on it, choose Change Graphic from Icons, and then just go ahead and change to the image that you wanted to. So let's say we wanted to put an apple in there. There we go. So I've changed it to an apple. And we'll go back and put it back to the quote. Now remember too that you can change the color of images that you insert. So just select it and come up here to the graphic format, and you can choose the graphic fill and just scroll through and look at the different options to you, and you can change the color of that as well. You could also give it an outline if you wished, and you can't see these very well, I don't think, but if you were to make the weight of the, there you go, now you can see. Other options available, of course, are graphic effects, so you could give it a shadow, an inner shadow, you could do a reflection, a glow. The options are pretty endless. Now finally, this template from our Jet Setter collection for the travel and tourism industry shows how you can include actual full color photographs. So these are 3 photographs that are cropped into a circle shape and positioned up here. And then also these images down here, photographs. And on this template, it's easy to see some of the other options available. So after inserting any photograph or any image, select it, go up here to the picture format ribbon, and just experiment with your options. So in this case, we have put picture borders around it. So it's a 3-point border, but we could do a 6 so you can really see. You can see it a little bit in the background there, getting bigger. You could change the border, so we could make it soft like that, give it a reflection, we could give it a shadow. There's a lot of different options available to you. So just experiment with them and see what works best for the resume that you're working on. Okay, so now I want to talk about shapes. Now using shapes is going to be very, very similar to using images. And shapes, when used well, can guide a reader's attention and really boost the visual appeal of your resume. And I'm going to bring up a different resume here to show this. Okay, so to add a shape, all you do is you navigate to the Insert tab again, the Insert ribbon, and you come over here to Shapes, and you can choose from any of the shapes that are available here. So let's say I wanted to put an arrow here. I could draw an arrow, easily draw an arrow. Then I can change the colors of it. By default, it's on top of the text. I could change the outline of it. I could make that outline larger. I could give it a shadow. Let's give it a shadow. There's a lot of different options available. Shapes, though, are more than just aesthetic. They can really break up large blocks of text on your resume or highlight really crucial information. And that's how I most frequently use shapes in resumes. Now this resume from our Folio Modern collection really shows what I mean here. So there are a lot of different shapes in this resume. So this is a shape up here. It's a rectangular shape behind the text so that you can still see the text. And there's a white shape here overlaying that again so that you can see the text behind it. So it looks like there's 2 different shapes here. There's another shape over here. You can tell it's a shape overlaying text because look, if I move the shape, the text just stays where it is. And then these are shapes here for each of the section headers. Now it's easy to take a look and see. So if you were to go to picture format, wrap text, you can see that it's behind the text, and that's why we can see this white text behind it. If I were to move it, of course the page itself is white and the text is white, so you don't see the text, but as soon as I put that dark background on it, you can see it. The other interesting thing about these shapes is that you have a lot of options about how you format them. So for example, we'll come up here to shape format. These are shapes that are filled with a texture. So in this case, one of these textures was selected. I can change it, and if you look, you can see how it's changing as I just select these different textures. You also have the option of doing gradients. So you could include some gradients instead. Or you can insert a picture. If you wanted it to have a picture filling it, you could do that. or you could just do a flat color by selecting one of the colors. Now, as I said, like with images, you have a lot of creative ways that you can use these. So on this bold vibe resume again, let's bring this back up, you can see that we have used shapes to create the border for this resume. So these are lines that we have drawn, the black lines, and then we have these rectangular shapes. This is a shape, and then this is a shape individually. Now we've used a similar technique on this Nursing Edge collection resume, and there's a small border over here on the left hand side that is just a rectangular shape, a filled rectangular shape. And a similar technique has been used here on this Gearworks resume. The right hand border on this case is filled with a picture. So, whoops, shape format, and then shape fill, and we filled it with a picture. But we could just as easily have filled it with a gradient, a color. We could have changed the color completely. There's so many different options. So just remember that you should really use shapes to enhance, but not clutter the content of your resume. The content of your resume should always be the focus. And like images, modern ATS can typically handle shapes, so that's important to know. What it will do is just simply skip over the shape. And that allows you to ensure that the core content of your resume is text. And text is what is readable by the ATS. So there you have it. By incorporating images and shapes, you can make your resume a really unique and visually engaging document. Now for a deeper dive into these techniques, don't forget to check out my detailed blog post, which is linked in the description below. I'm Michelle Dumas, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you found this helpful, please like or share or subscribe for more resume writing and design tips. And until then, happy job hunting, and thank you again for watching.